Well, it's good to hear that the students and staffs of the Apostolic School that were kidnapped in Ekiti have now regained their freedom. Yesterday night, it was all over the news. But I would want to draw your attention to the statement that was made by the governor of the state while he was appreciating Mr. President on a decisive instruction the president gave towards the release of these victims. It's also important to note that the driver did not get back because he was killed by the abductors. Well, this is Serious Matters here at Onif TV. Please don't forget to share our videos with others. Drop your comments, make them simple and very, very civil. You see, there is nothing wrong with criticism in as much as it is a constructive one. There's nothing wrong with criticism. It's not a crime to criticize whether the person is a leader. In fact, leaders, one of the qualities that makes a very good leader is that he is open to criticism. Is very, very open to criticism. So if somebody says something and because of what he says or what he said, which of course is the right thing to say, he gets picked up or he's afraid, or people are afraid of, but thank God for freedom of speech. However, we cannot afford to misuse or abuse our freedom to express ourselves. You see, the governor of Ekiti State said that he appreciated Mr. President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for giving decisive specific directive towards the release of the victims. What I want to say is that I think what is good for the goose is good for the gander, and that is very, very true. If it worked for them, even though we lost one person, if it worked for them, then I think it will work in Plateau State, it will work in Jos, it will work in Borno, it will work in Maduguri, it will work in all those places. I think this decisive instruction that Mr. Governor talked about, that the president gave, and at least he gave us about 90% results from what we saw in Ekiti State. Then I think that it's also good. It will also be good if the president can give such a decisive instruction and directive towards insecurity all over the country, which is already going out of power, towards kidnappings and all of that, even in the FCT. Do you understand? And so I think whatever is good for the goose is also good for the other guy. And so that's one part of it. But then the second part, it also shows to us that we don't have a problem that does not have a solution. Our problems are not without solution. That is just the simple truth, and that's what we can. That's one principal thought that I can deduce from what has happened. And if the decisive instruction of the president could produce those children back, could produce them back. If it's decisive instruction, so why can't he give the same decisive instruction? I mean, he should be decisive in everything he's doing. Decisive directive. I think that is what others also need, so that Plateau State can be safe again. Not that people will just be murdered in cold blood in their homes. It's not worth it. It's uncalled for. It's not a crime that we are Nigerians. It's not a crime that these people are Nigerians. It's not. So I feel that we don't have problems that don't have solutions. Our electricity grid has collapsed up 30 times. It has been collapsing, and they will always have excuses. If there's one thing that I don't like to hear, is excuses that, if not because of this, that would have been that, this, that. They said that is the something that led to this collapse again. I was listening to I think one of the leaders in Britain, in the United Kingdom, and he was saying that all the electricity that Nigeria is generating, all the electricity that we are generating, is not up to what nations that are not up to 1/20 of us, 1/10 of us rather. It's not up to what they are generating, and they are having excess. Yet with the little that we are generating is collapsing. Prices gone off the roof. Prices are blown off the roof. So I think that it's high time, Mr. President, please take decisive decisions. And I think it's also a good one. I'm seeing that Nigeria has been granted purchase power to buy, and which of course I think they have given. They are going ahead with them a number of fighter helicopters and all of that. From the United States, about $1 billion. Arms deal. I believe that if all this come in, then insecurity should become a thing of the past in our nation. Nigeria needs such decisive directions. And it was also good. I saw in the news that Mr. President, reaffirmed his expectations to his ministers and all of that. I think it's also a very good decision in the right direction. We hope that we continue to have decisive directive. You understand? You see that I'm just saying, like it was specific. It gave a specific and it yielded results. That's what we need. Well, this is Serious Matters once again. Please do share our videos with others. Drop your comment. Make them simple and civil. My name is Solukunle Brands. Please enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget to please share our videos with others. God bless you. Bye-bye.